it's Jackie. I'm just getting off work right now with the kids. Today was pretty good, which was great. The kids were really well behaved, so that was awesome. Today was fairly uneventful. It's Friday, which is my last day with them, but not the last day of my work week because I work tomorrow doing hairs, which is so much fun. No, for real. I sounded like I didn't like it when I said that, but for real. Because my arm is like still healing-ish. I mean, it's mostly healed at this point, but it's not like 100% for sure. So because of that, I'm only working short shifts and 1 day a week. And honestly, that makes for a great day at work because I have my clients who are like already built up. So I basically can go in, do my clients, have the little downtime I do, you know, cleaning my tools, talking to, you know, the people I work with, and then I can just like go home. And I'm off at 3 o'clock, which is awesome because it's a Saturday. Usually when you work in the hair industry, your Fridays and Saturdays is like a joke when people ask you to like hang out or do stuff, which is when most people plan to do things. But honestly, that's like a joke if you work in pretty much most service industries because that's when the money's to be made. That's when you're working. And I've been doing hair now for, let's see, I've been at the salon I'm at now for 6 years in August, and I've been doing hair altogether 3 years before that. Yeah. And I'm horrible at math, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9 years. So I've been doing hair for 9 years now. Wow. That is crazy to me. I feel like I just graduated high school. No, I don't. But that's still crazy that it's been that long already. Wow. Well, cool. That's cool. So today, when I was in the car, I thought of something. When I was in the car with the kids, I thought of something to talk about, which was, we were listening to the Christian radio station, and the 4-year-old who was in the car, he was listening to the music, obviously, and all of a sudden he just started singing "Bless the Lord," and I was like, yes, amen, okay, which I thought was so cool because, I mean, it's not like really prevalent in his life to be hearing that kind of music all the time, and it just got me thinking, like, people don't realize or possibly get too lost in their own lives, which we're all guilty of, or whatever the reason. I think we tend to forget how impactful we are on other people in our lives, specifically children, because they are sponges. They will suck anything up, anything and everything, but also your friends and your family. Like, we forget how impactful we are to our friends and our family, and that is for positive and negative, which you're either doing one of them. So I hope you're doing positive most of the time, but we all have our days, moments, issues, whatever. So I just thought that was so cool because probably wouldn't have happened if we weren't listening to that. And if we were listening to something else, I mean, he could have been absorbing other things. Specifically when you're kids, I mean, the world has a lot to say about who we should think we are as people, and just kind of has a lot of negative influences in it. And it just really goes to show that the old saying, like, garbage in, garbage out. I'm my grandmother now. Love you, Grandma. But it's true. If you listen to good things and you are taking in things that are, you know, positive influences, and you're surrounding yourself with positive people, and you're filling the downtime of your mind with things that aren't negative, you're going to have that come out of you just naturally. There's a Bible verse. What book is it in? Oh, I think it's in Mark, maybe, where it says, like, the overflow or the abundance of your heart, the mouth speaks, which is so true. Whatever you are absorbing, thinking, feeling, whatever is going on in your brain, without you really thinking about it, it's gonna come out. And but back to influencing people, you're constantly influencing people around you, whether it's positive or negative. And if we're more mindful of it, we can really impact people positively on purpose, which is so cool, because why would you not want to do that for people that you love and are around? Why would you not want to like be a positive thing in their life? So I just think that is something that we should be have more in the front of our mind, to not just for ourselves, because if honestly, let's think about this. If we're trying to be positive for other people and trying to be a good influence in their lives, in return, we're going to be doing the same for ourselves. And, you know, that's pretty awesome, because, you're making yourself a better person. That's great. So, I just think that's pretty interesting, and it was a cool moment, and yeah. Also, let's talk about inappropriate touch in public. So today when I was picking the kids up, there was this probably 8th grader, I think their school goes to 8th grade, an 8th grade boy talking to a girl, and you know, boys get a little bit of stickage down there. It's just how life works. And this kid, who you could see was very clearly trying to keep good eye contact with this girl, was doing a pinch and roll move down in his business, and doing the step to the side lunge remix, and really just like going at it, but like kept going at it. Like, bro, like, oh man, I know we all get those. I mean, it's like picking a wedgie. Like, everyone gets it. It's part of life. Like, you gotta get it out. But at the same time, it's like, man, he didn't realize that the entire line of people leaving from picking up their children were like me, or could have been just watching you, just trying to detach your undies. Like, that's rough. Oh, to be that age again. Because, I mean, let's be real, that stuff still happens as adults, but everything's just so awkward at that age. Like, you're looking awkward, you're feeling awkward, your feelings and emotions are changing. Like, everything about that age group is just like, can we just skip ahead to like, this gets better? Because if you're young out there, don't worry, it gets better. It really does. You wouldn't believe this, but I was quite an ugly duckling. Ask my mom. Or my brother, he would love to tell you. Ask my brother, he really would love to tell you. So, yeah, it's just, I was like, dude, bro, everybody's watching you. Stop. So that was pretty funny. But like I said, I'm on my way home. I'm probably gonna get Starbucks because it's my numero uno obsession. I like legitimately, like, I have a problem. It's wish I was joking. Definitely not. Like, it's a problem. At least I've changed what I get, because I used to get, when I was in cosmetology school, so again, 9 years ago, I would go to Starbucks every morning. I would get a croissant, which they've gotten smaller now. They used to be bigger and more calories, and a grande caramel frappuccino, which is about 400 calories, I think. So I was eating a 700 calorie non-nutritional breakfast every single morning. Those was definitely my fat days. So I'm on my way to Starbucks. I'm going to get myself a frappuccino, and then I'm gonna go home and take my dog out to go potty, and then work out, because that's what we do. I'll probably do some editing, and then I will probably go to sleep, because I'm so old. I go to bed so early now. I used to go to sleep at like midnight, 1, 2, whatever. I used to have really bad insomnia. Like, would lay in bed for just hours and not be able to fall asleep at all, no matter how tired I felt. So luckily that's not as bad anymore. I definitely still like want to fall asleep a lot faster than I do. Like my husband just like lays down and falls asleep. Like the second he stops looking at his phone or his iPad, he's just like out. And like, are you serious? Like, are you kidding me though? That does not work for me. It doesn't matter how early I wake up, like it does not work for me. But because I wake up earlier now, which is like 5 a.m. at least 3 days a week, I definitely am in bed at least embarrassingly early, like 8 o'clock, sometimes 7. So I basically come home, like work out, eat, do maybe 1 or 2 things, and then I like go in bed and I'll, you know, be on my iPad or my phone or whatever, but like I won't actually be out of bed past like 8. Because honestly, like at the end of the day, my day's over and I'm friggin' tired and I want to just like rest, and resting is the beginning of sleeping. So I'm like, well, if we're here, might as well be here. So that's kind of embarrassing though, and very, like, such a change of pace. It's something I cannot do. I can't nap. I get crazy anxiety that I'm gonna oversleep, and that's really stupid because in most cases I don't even have to be up for anything. I don't know, I just freak out that I'm gonna like sleep too long, or like, I don't know. Basically I lay there, let myself rest to the point where I'm like just about to fall asleep, and then my heart starts beating faster, and then I start freaking out, and then I'm like fully awake. So ridiculous. But that's me. So yeah, I can't really do naps, which again, my husband, he should be like a professional napper. Like he just lays down and falls asleep, and I'm like, how do you do this? Can you please give me the cliff notes of such, because I don't get it. I also don't feel really rested after naps. If in the case that I do fall asleep, I don't know if I'm not sleeping long enough or sleeping too long, but 9 times out of 10, which is on a very small scale because I almost never fall asleep, I wake up and I'm like, I have a headache, or I feel like exhausted, or like it just doesn't work. Like the point of a nap is supposed to like refresh you, right? Right? So that doesn't work for me, which is very unfortunate because I wish I could get more rest than I do, but I don't. Drat. Pause please. Gotta do my order. So new topic, what do you get at Starbucks? This is like big question of the day. I've gotten many orders throughout the years. Like I told you before, I used to get grande caramel frappuccinos, and I got those for a long time till I was like, this is like a little outrageous. And then I switched to a couple different things. I would get like coffee frappuccinos and put Java chips in it to make it feel a little special. I've been known to do very complicated orders. When it's seasonal, I definitely go for the pumpkin spice because I'm a basic white girl, undeniable, and I don't care. I'm gonna wear them scarves, Uggs, with my pumpkin spice frap. I don't like the latte though, but like, I'm the basic, and I'm okay with that. So I got that for a while when it's seasonal. I definitely like the peppermint mocha. I love that. My normal regular now is a caramel macchiato, and I'll usually get a grande but have them put it in a venti cup and have them add like extra ice because it makes you feel like you're getting a bigger drink but you're getting a grande, and it lasts longer because if you don't drink it like really fast, which I mean it never gets fully diluted, at least for me, but if you drink it a little slower, say I'm at work, like at the salon, like I had to keep it back in a cubby, and so I'll like come back to it throughout the day. It keeps it cold, like not just chilled, it keeps it cold longer, and it makes it last longer, which is nice. So yeah, I really love frappuccinos. I wish I could have those like all the time because that's where it's at. That's my jam. But excuse me. But I mean that's just like a ridiculous amount of calories. Something I found recently though that isn't that bad on calories, it's still a frappuccino, is the espresso frappuccino, which I've come to find that I don't really love coffee. I love espresso. That's the business. Got myself an espresso machine. Ooh, child. So good. So I do the espresso frappuccino, so it's like frappuccino consistency, but it has espresso in it. And then I'll have them put Java chips in it, which for those of you who don't know, Java chips are like basically crushed up chocolate chips that they can put in anything. It usually comes in like the Java chip frappuccino, but you can have them put it in anything. So I get that because it adds like a little chocolatey fun, but it's, I mean, it's sweet, but it's not like you're drinking syrup. It's espresso, so it's bitter. A lot of times I'll have them do an extra shot, so it's more of the shot versus all of the other stuff they're putting in it. So that is definitely my current jam, obviously with the caramel macchiato as well. And then a lot of days I will do a caramel macchiato at home, which I have figured out how to do the recipe, I think, pretty well. Like, I think it tastes, I mean, it's hard to say. Over the years I've tried so many Starbucks at home drinks, and it's like the first day or two I'm like, this is really good, I really like it. And then as I'm drinking it more, I'm like, this isn't Starbucks. Like, it's not cutting it. This is not the same. Like, I don't know. They got crack in their cups, y'all. It's too good. I can't. I just can't. I always go back. The Bucks got me good. So that's... But when I got my espresso machine and figured out, like, I mean, a macchiato is pretty, like, pretty straightforward. Like, it's espresso, milk, syrup. That's it. And ice, if you do an iced macchiato like I do. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, especially since they sell the syrups that they use. I've used, I forget the name of the brand that Starbucks uses, but they do sell it. They even sell their own brand of it. And then I've also used Ghirardelli, which is like the chocolate company. I've used their syrups as well, and those are really good. I wish I could remember the name because the other one is better. The consistency is thicker, but excuse me, the consistency is thicker, but still it's, you know, I just think it's better because then you can do the little like drizzle on the cup, like on the inside of the cup, make it look all fancy. Also, I like mine stirred or melted, either way. Oh, please. Thank you. I hope they get my order right. There's so many times they don't. And I hate it because then when I go to drive away, I like take a drink, but I'm like already pulled out, and I'm like, oh, this is wrong. And then I'm like, well, it's too late now. I'm not gonna get back in the drive-thru line and wait through all the cars again. And if I went through the drive-thru, I obviously don't want to walk in. So that's fun. Thanks. So sometimes I will order a grande and have them put it in a venti cup, and then with the space in between, I'll want like extra whip, which is cool, except usually when they blend things, it goes a little bit over the size that they're making. So then they'll end up just like filling the whole cup, which is great if you're wanting to get a venti. Tip for you. But, or venti, but like paying for a grande. But when you're wanting the extra whip and you don't get it, you're like, oh. Thank you! Thank you. Creepy, he knew my name. It's creepy because I haven't seen him that many times for him to be able to know my name. How do you know my name? Let's try. I'll take it. right, y'all. So like I said, I'm on my way home, and I will have to, I'm gonna work out, and I think it's leg day. Leg day is like awesome and the devil just wrapped into one, right? Like, I look forward to it in a twisted kind of way. It's killer, right? But at the same time, it's freaking hard. It's not fun. Ugh. And then the next day, you're like, I can't even go to the bathroom. Like, I can't even sit or stand up. Like, just either way, can I just lay in bed all day? And sometimes even that hurts. So, because it just is what it is, right? Alright, guys. I'm gonna jam out to some music here and see you on the flip side. Bye. Oh! I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say I'm sorry now? Turn down for who? Turn down for who? Can you imagine people watching me? They'd be like, ow! But did you laugh, though? But did you laugh, though? Spot that. Hello there, friends. So since we're out in the beautiful sun, I decided that it would be a good time to introduce you to my pups. That, Lizzie. Lizzie, not the tree. This is Blizzard. Baby boy. That's the love of my life. Other than my husband, Avi.